What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Override Podcast, a video game podcast that doesn't give a damn about the things you're trying to save on a video game.
Not one shit.
We cussed twice in the first minute. YouTube's going to hate us already.
Cool.
I'm TV's Gage Edwards, and when I'm not biting too hard into a corn dog and eating half the stick, I am hosting this podcast.
You almost made it. You almost made it.
A lot of times, I don't have those prepared, so I have to think back and I'm like, what did I do in the last couple days?
And just kind of wing it.
The other voice you hear on the podcast, of course, is the best worst gamer in all of video games. His name is Nine.
That's me. What's up, Gage?
Trying to get corn dog stick out of my teeth. Sometimes
how-
you bite too hard.
How?
So you know how like you have the first bite of the
Do
corn
you
dog?
just just go and just snap it?
The first bite of the corn dog, you're safe. Typically always safe.
You got a good 2.5, 3 inches
Yeah,
before.
I'm not fucking swallowing that thing.
I mean,
whole
you're not
right away.
deep throating the thing,
I'm not
right?
deep throating that thing.
All right.
Sorry, YouTube. But then sometimes a certain brand of corn dog, the second bite, you got a little clip of stick that you just.
I have never had this problem.
What? You've never caught the stick and then been like, oh.
I don't just go all ham on the corn dog. I know after the first bite that I have to gauge. I did that for you.
Everyone does.
Where my teeth are going to land. So I'm gingerly biting the next corn dog.
No, see, I don't know if you don't know this about me. I understand because you've never been this close to my mouth. I have incredible jaw strength.
I don't ever want to be that.
I have incredible jaw strength. I have no control over it.
Most humans do.
But mine is just like,
it's like a bear trap. It's like a bear trap just goes off.
It's crazy.
It's like food's near it, chomp down.
I got bite through shoes. It's fucking crazy in here.
I wouldn't doubt it.
So what happens is
this is why, yeah, exactly, Dennis. This is why a person like you should just eat mini corn dogs. Just cook 30 of them up and just pop them in like Totino's
I don't know if I've ever
rolls.
eaten a mini corn dog in my life.
Oh, they're
honestly.
so good.
How big is a mini corn dog?
About 2 chicken nuggets.
So we're talking 2 bites.
Yeah.
Rather just can I get a smaller than that corn dog?
You know what?
A pop in.
You know what?
They taste
Actually,
better.
You wouldn't eat it because your fingers would get greasy.
Well, I'm out. I don't want greasy
You
fingers.
absolutely wouldn't.
That's why the stick is
okay.
essential.
So let me ask you this.
Go ahead and ask on this video
since we're on this topic, do you bite forks?
Sometimes.
When you are you fucking serious?
I've been known.
How long have you been eting food?
A while. I've been known.
A while.
To take a bite, and sometimes come down too hard on the fork, and I'm like, they got me. I've done it with spoons.
Okay, I've accidentally stabbed myself with a fork before.
I don't think I've
in the jaw,
myself. No, I haven't done
in
that.
the gums and whatnot. Oh yeah, I've done that.
I'm not putting the fork in random places in my mouth. It's got the landing zone.
So I take it you've never bit your cheek because otherwise there'd be a giant fucking hole in the side of your face.
I've bit in my cheek and I have been out of commission for days. I have been hung. I have to call out of work. I have to I can't talk to anybody. I can't move my mouth because I'm I have to be repaired here.
I once bit down on my cheek so hard I needed stitches.
Oh wow!
But they couldn't do it because it was inside my mouth.
What are you supposed to do? Live with it.
Live with it.
Deal.
It was awful. It kept breaking open.
Well, what I'm going to do when I leave here is start corn dog awareness.
Corn dog awareness
on Facebook. So
it's not corn dog awareness. It's corn dog stick awareness.
Yeah, or corn dog length awareness.
You should probably avoid that one.
I was going to say girth, but girth is out.
Yeah, it's not really about girth. It's about the distance the stick is in the corn dog. Because if you don't put it in there far enough,
hold on, okay,
the corn dog just flops right over. You know what I mean? There's no rigidity to it.
Well, I want to fucking.
You want a stiffy.
Yeah.
You want a stiffy, right?
Fucking strong up, man.
Yeah. So if you don't put the stick far enough in the corn dog, it just flops out.
Now, before we get off this corn dog thing, bite. Pull it off, little tip of stick, right? Bite.
I still have never done that.
Your second bite's never been stick?
No.
What? No, my second bite's always stick.
I have never gotten stick in my mouth.
How do you eat your corn dog? Like a popsicle? You go around the fucking edges?
No.
So stick, bit of corn dog. Sorry, visual, not audio listeners. Bit of corn dog, rest of the stick. How do you get that little last bit off?
You slide the bitch up.
You slide the bitch up?
Yeah.
All the way
No.
in.
No. We're eating corn dogs next week. I'm making corn dogs next week, and we're eating corn dogs on stream.
It sounds like the way I eat corn dogs might violate TOS.
Yeah. We might get banned for eating corn dogs on stream.
Listen, the stick goes all the way in. I don't touch the thing. I don't touch it. It's greasy. I don't do it. I also don't put condiments on it. I got dry.
That explains why you get stick in your mouth all the time.
Well, no, stick in my mouth, obviously, all the way in. Right. That first bit, though, when I bite that second time, sometimes the bite's too big.
No, you bite halfway through it and pull the rest off.
Halfway through it, pull? What the fuck's wrong with you?
You bite and pull, man.
Bite and pull. No.
You
This corn dog advice is crazy.
You got to dip in mustard.
No mustard dipping. Chat.
Or what I like to do is I like to just get the mustard packet and just put it on the end and then eat.
No.
Because usually when I'm eating a corn dog on a stick, I don't have a plate.
The problem, right? It's just fucking ready to go.
I tell you what's really good though. You ever been to the? You ever got a pretzel corn dog?
No.
Pretzel corn dog is like the best thing ever.
Sounds like a fucking fantasy monster.
It's amazing.
Okay.
It's the best thing ever. And then get the honey mustard sauce that you put on hard pretzels.
Sure.
It's fucking amazing. It's the best. It's the best corn dog you'll ever eat in your life. I promise you.
There was a time in my life where I was eating corn dog as a smart teenager or something. And
did you say smart teenager?
And
those don't exist.
Moving on. And
those don't exist, just to be clear.
My brain said, this is cornbread around a hot dog.
Yeah, that's all it is.
If I had cornbread without this hot dog, would I put ketchup or mustard on it? And my brain said, no, it's disgusting. You should go to jail for even thinking about it. So then my head will not allow me to do anything.
Really?
Yeah, I can't do it. Because I'm like, that's ketchup on cornbread.
Proves my point that no teenager is intelligent.
That's pretzel on cornbread. That's a smart ass thought.
That's not a smart ass thought.
Why would I put something
that's
on
a
the
shower
outside?
Thought. That's a shower thought. That's not a smart ass thought.
Oh, well, I mean, I've been known to think in the shower, like most people. That's where we do our best thinking.
Yeah.
That's for me is where I do my best pitches, but I have nothing to write down. And I can't remember anything because I'm like, where's the soap? Because my eyes
just
are all
carve it in the back of the soap.
Yeah. I gotta write it down with.
And then by the time you're done showering, it's done rubbed off.
Yeah, like oh fuck, I'm so stupid in the shower. Fucking idiot.
You know what you need?
A corn dog.
You need a corn dog.
This is a video game podcast on Spotify.
You would
iTunes,
never know that.
YouTube Music, Amazon Music, and other podcast services. We do this show live on twitch.tv /birdcage_gaming, where you can join us and chat about corn dogs with us. If you have corn dog thoughts, throw them in the chat now, and we'll get to you in a second. And like I said, yeah, get the show later in the week, Wednesday, Thursday time period, usually Wednesday. Oh no, it's Thursday because I get the show Wednesday night, Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah, I usually edit it Wednesday, and then you get it up on the interwebs on Thursday.
Today's show, we're going to be talking about a lot of the normal things we talk about, like what you've been playing. We're going to give you an update on our Fantasy Critics Video Game League.
Just say Fantasy Game Draft.
Fantasy Game Draft.
That's what I've been calling it. That's what I've been telling people.
Our Fantasy Video Game League.
You still fucked it up.
I just wanted to do something different than what you just said. Because I eat the corn dog.
You just can't let Jesus Christ, back to this. Move on.
And then, because today's a special day, we're going to be talking about some sequels in video game history.
Day?
Yeah, I'll explain in a second.
I don't know why it's a special day.
And you will never guess it.
Resident Evil 2 came out today?
No.
Damn it.
Some video game sequels. We're going to be talking about the best sequels that we think, and I guess maybe just lists online, because I'm sure other people think other sequels are better.
Yeah, fuck the other people.
I was looking through and I was like, man, fucking video game sequels are good. There's what constitutes as a sequel and what goes into whatever, blah, blah, blah.
So the weird thing is, thank you, Mr. J-Star, for resubbing. Oh,
is that coming through the speakers?
Yeah.
Is that outside my head? There it is. Okay. Yeah, thank you, J-Star, for the sub.
That's awesome.
Again,
appreciate
everybody,
that. 3 months.
If you're in chat, you got a chance to subscribe right now. Use your Amazon Prime for free. Use your real money.
Use that free Jeff Bezos bucks. Bezos bucks, that's what we call it.
The Bezos bucks, yeah.
I was talking about something. Oh, the weird thing is, typically with movies, sequels are bad.
Not always.
Not always. You get the few gems like Terminator 2.
My favorite movie of all time is a sequel.
Oh, yeah?
The Dark Knight.
That's not good.
No wonder you eat corn dogs like a monster. You're a monster.
No wonder you eat corn dogs like a stripper.
I know what I like. I like corn dogs.
I know what I like. I like how she does it. I'm going to do that too.
Yeah, that looks easy. It looks fine.
I think you mean sleazy, but sure.
I ain't got to touch
it. In video games, it tends to generally swing the opposite way. Usually the first game comes out, then they work out all the bugs, make the second game, and the second game is an improvement upon the first game. Most of the time. There are issues, there are instances where the sequels are nowhere near as good as the originals because they change hands or developers
Right.
or something. Like Halo 2, for instance. The game is trash.
Shut your mouth. So I think when we get to the sequels, there needs to be a conversation of like what makes
A good sequel?
what makes a good sequel. What do you look for in a sequel?
Or-
what
or-
constitutes
or-
as a sequel?
Or what makes it better than the original?
Sure. And then we're also going to look at some most anticipated sequels that might be coming up soon. I don't know. That's
Maybe.
just what I came to my stupid video game brain. But until we get to that point, we have the first segment that we always have. 9, what have you been playing?
I've been playing a lot.
Yeah, me too.
I've been playing. So I played. My son wanted to play Fortnite, so I've introduced him to Fortnite. I played a little bit. He played a little
Introduced him to Fortnite?
bit. He has not played Fortnite until this week.
He knew what Fortnite was.
He knew what Fortnite
Okay.
was, but he's never played it.
Now, your kid is the only kid who
Yeah,
doesn't
basically,
know what
the only
Fortnite is.
10, 11-year-old who doesn't know what Fortnite or has ever played Fortnite. So he's played it now. And I'll get to the embarrassing part about that in a second.
He's better than you. We know.
Yeah, actually, that's the embarrassing part.
He's probably been playing at school. It's just like fucking. He's probably running circles around kids at school or something.
Maybe. Probably not. My kid sucks. So I played a little bit of that with him and then showed him, and he took off and played with it on his own with the Switch. Right?
Yeah.
So I know you were going with a joke there, but YouTube will not allow that joke, so don't do it.
We've been talking about dethroned corn dogs for like
That's
5
true.
minutes.
That's true.
Actually, more than that.
So he played the Switch on Fortnite. I was playing on PlayStation. For whatever reason, my Switch account is linked to a different Epic account, and it won't let me relink
That sucks.
the correct. So all my purchases
Not on
are on
there.
my PlayStation, or my Xbox, or my PC,
But not your Switch.
but not my Switch, which is fine. It means he can
No, it's
earn
not.
all his shit himself because I'm never going to play it on Switch.
Right.
Ever. I will never play that game on Switch. It's too damn hard.
It also means he can't accidentally buy things on your account.
No, he can still buy things because the Switch account he has to play through is my account
Oh, fair.
on the Switch
Yeah.
because his account does not have Nintendo.
My buddy just lost $120 because his kid was like,
Stupid.
My dad won't notice.
My dad won't notice.
He noticed.
Bullshit.
Yeah, J-Star in chat says,
So-
let your kid play Fortnite.
I mean, he wants to play it. He's playing it now. He just never asked to play it. So
Yeah.
I was like, never going to like be here, play this. Shut up and play this.
Here's the thing. Your kid's late to the multiplayer game now. Forever a single-player video game person now. It's too late.
Nah, he's got a lot of friends.
It's too late.
He's got a lot of friends.
Just like you. It's too late. You can't play multiplayer
Oh,
games.
see, no, I was in on the multiplayer crowd at the beginning.
It's too late.
At the beginning.
Sure.
Half-Life Deathmatch, Quake, Arena, all that shit. GoldenEye,
Yeah.
all that stuff. We did the multiplayer thing like it was our job when I was younger. Anyway, so he's been playing that.
Hashtag too late.
I was playing some more Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
I played the Resident Evil 8 demo, which we saw here,
Mm-hmm.
which a game looks so good.
I'm very excited for it.
I'm super excited for that, and that comes out May 7th of this year.
Yeah.
Tentatively. It might get delayed.
I think it's fine.
Capcom's usually not one to delay a lot of stuff. They'll usually just get it out and go. And then I played some Beast Within,
Yeah.
which is a Steam game. Scary as shit.
I don't know what this game is.
It's not the most polished game. There are some slight issues with it, which is fine.
Half the shit on Steam.
Half the shit on Steam. But this is definitely one of the more polished indie horror games.
Okay.
So I'm definitely interested in finishing this, but I'm gonna stream it after I do the medium. That's gonna be my next game after the medium.
Okay.
And then of course I'll be playing the medium this Friday for launching the Friday Night Frights thing that I'm gonna start doing.
Yeah.
So Friday nights going forward, unless something happens, will be scary games with just me.
I'll be in chat
And it's
and
gonna be a lot of fun.
just
'cause
making fun of everything.
I'm thinking about doing it in the dark too,
Go for it.
and just having like this little light on so people can see me, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Why not?
So it'll be fun. I'm super excited to start doing this. Dennis in chat saying getting the Epic account unlocked to change to a different name was one of the most aggravating things. Yeah, you were telling me about that. That was definitely a nightmare.
Stupid Epic. They own too much.
They own a lot. They own a lot. All right, so what you been playing, Gage?
I beat Immortals Phoenix Rising.
Oh yeah,
Done with it.
100% it.
No.
Or just
I'm at a
finish the
point-
story.
I finished the story, did all the side quests, all the guides and things, did all their stuff. They're
But
all
didn't go to all the collectible shit
they're
and all
doing,
that stuff.
yeah, I didn't do all
Okay.
that because I just have too much other stuff to play. Too much on my plate. So
Fair.
I was like, you know what? If I didn't have everything else, I would stick with this and do the rest of the dungeons and the collectibles and things, and I would
Yeah.
get more
All
achievements.
the fun stuff.
But man, that game was great. I wish more people talked about it.
I'm loving it.
I wish the
by the way.
marketing and the promotion.
Oh yeah, I was
better
playing
on
that too.
it. Right. It's good all the way through. It's got a good redemption in it also for some of the characters. Things come through. The end of the game is very Breath of the Wild like. So, and like
Really?
I mean, what do you think? I mean, Nine, you're going to 4 different parts of the map to help 4
I
different
know. It's basically like you said the other day, dollar store.
dollar store Breath of the Wild.
Mom, can we get Breath of the Wild? No, we got Breath of the Wild at home. It's just Phoenix Immortal Rising.
Netflix Mission for Immortal. What are you talking about?
I don't know what that is, Dennis. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Is that an autocorrect or something we didn't know about?
I don't know. Drop a link in chat. We'll look it up.
I don't know if you can.
We can approve it.
Okay. It was just a fun game the whole way through. It stayed fun. It kept being fun. I didn't wow me. The twists are really
Predictable.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, I called that or figured that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh, it happened.
I do like what you were saying though when Achilles does his little showboaty thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
when they fucking
he's like an arrogant ass.
that game's got so much personality that it's a shame that not that many people
That
are
more
paying
people
attention
aren't
to
talking about it.
That game is so good. It's a damn shame, and I'm afraid that it's being so overlooked that team's gonna have to move on to something
Other than
different or
Immortals
something
too.
or something a little more mainstream that's not so because Immortals not that it's like
It's nothing new.
yeah it's not like a Risk or anything it's a fucking game that's pulling from like 4 other kinds of games that are just like
Yeah.
it and especially I mean they took this new Zelda formula like just make it about Greek gods so less storytelling we have to do that's original
Change the controls.
we have a gameplay basis already which got to really
Yeah.
develop the world right so now I'm afraid that like if the game didn't perform as well they got to go do something tried and true. Let's split this developer up and go. You get Assassin's Creed. You get fucking Tom Clancy's whatever the fuck.
Breakpoint 2.
That's his new book. Whatever the fuck.
Whatever the fuck.
So I'm afraid that whatever that team is, it gets fucked up. But I hope not. I hope they get a chance to keep doing weird stuff as long as it's not like garbage. What are we looking at? Is that it?
So Dennis dropped a link on my phone saying it says Immortals Phoenix Rising's new Netflix tie-in quest isn't much, but the rewards are good.
I don't know. I'll have to boot it up and see. Also, I guess I'll have to see whatever Netflix has about it. So there's a lot.
It's
What's up?
the Blood of Zeus anime that they released.
Oh, cool.
I forgot they did that. It came out like beginning of the year, the end of the year last year.
Okay.
It's like 13 episodes or something. It's supposed to be really good, but it's really short for an anime.
I'll check it out.
I will check it out too.
Dennis has watched the show. Didn't notice the mission. Sent it on Facebook. Got it. Dennis is living in the past,
Okay.
even with the delay. That was late. What else have I been playing? Oh, I beat a whole other game.
What
Because the
game?
last time I did this, Resident Evil 3.
Oh, you beat Resident Evil 3?
Yeah. My game time was 5.5 hours.
It's not a long game. I just
Not a
need to
long
play
game.
it.
So here's the thing. Waited forever to get it, right? We both did.
Yeah.
Because we knew, like, we know it's a short game.
I didn't like the original one.
Right.
It's the only Resident Evil that I have played that I haven't liked
The thing
besides
is,
4. 4 is just garbage. But I never played 4 because it was so bad. That's a sequel that sucked
I'm going to throw up 6 corn dogs.
from 3 days ago.
My lunch has been wild this past couple of days. Resident Evil 3 is great. That remake is awesome.
The remake is good.
It looks great. The characters are all good. The acting's stellar with all the characters and things, and the pacing's awesome for as short as the game as it is.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do the replayability about doing all the go back and do this. Go back and do that, go and do that.
that's one of the reasons why that game suffered is the replayability is not as good as the replayability of 2.
Right.
Resident Evil 2's replayability, you get at least a complete different story out of the whole thing. You actually get 4 stories inside of Resident Evil 2.
Right.
They're generally 2
Pretty-
halves of
yeah.
the same story over and over again.
Right. This
But-
one is just like, can I beat it a little faster as Jill?
Yeah.
Can I do it in a better looking outfit?
Yeah.
Which, sure, if you want.
Yeah.
I unlocked her cop outfit from the first game.
The original outfit?
Yeah, the police one.
Yeah. A lot of people don't like it.
Oh, I like that outfit.
No, well, the purists don't like it because it's not 100% like the original outfit.
Shut
They were
the
missing
fuck
Dude,
up.
It's so bad that there's like 6 mod versions of that outfit for the PC. So I was like, what? I don't even notice the... Like, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I don't even notice the differences in between the outfits.
Where do you stand on this purist stuff?
Fuck them.
Yeah, like, whatever, man. I mean, I'm not saying... I mean, their opinions are valid, but also at the same time, whatever. They made a new
They
thing.
made a game 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Now they're remaking that game to bring it up to today's standards. Why should it be exactly like it was 25 years ago?
Right,
I don't want that game.
There's tons of polish in this game already. Just,
You know what I mean?
We got
Like
a new
Resident Evil
thing.
2, the quality of life improvements they did for Resident Evil 2
Amazing.
made that game so much better.
so much better.
The inventory management system, not tanking. I can't believe I'm going to say this. Not tanking,
Tanking sucks.
in Resident Evil 2 is probably
Sucks.
the best thing ever. Like, just straight up the best thing ever
So yeah,
to happen to it.
I think the Resident Evil 3 remake is awesome. I just wish there was more of it, I guess. There's cut missions from the original game, right?
Yeah.
So,
They added some cut content from the original game.
well, I think they cut content from the original game for this, right? Isn't there like a missing like?
There is a
park
section
portion
with
or something?
Carlos that's been taken out because it was unnecessary and boring.
Yeah.
And
Whatever.
Carlos sucks anyway.
Jill's new outfit is great. I think it way better than the thing she wore in the original 3. This miniskirt tube top. Like, what the fuck, Capcom? Come on, dog.
That's what I mean.
Sure, but I guess
It
you
was
could look at the 5 outfits.
It was the
and-
90s, man.
Yeah, I guess, whatever. Everyone's wearing nothing. So much more relaxed. Everyone's stressed out now.
Everybody is stressed out now.
Yeah, it was fun. And even like I didn't think it was overly hard or complicated. The puzzles were not
No.
challenging, but still interesting.
Yeah, the puzzles in 3 are definitely not.
Well, yeah, I mean,
they're
they're
not
all
up to
solved
snuff
within
for
like the
typical.
same. Yeah, they're solved in the same fucking block radius of each
Yeah.
other. So I don't have to like. I'm not in 2 where after like, okay, here it is, but you got to traverse this whole place to go find 4 chess pieces and
Yeah.
come all the way back.
or the fucking coins to unlock the fucking statue to get the
Right.
to the lab underneath the city.
Right. I had
Like
the
that shit.
I had
is-
the 3 jewels for the, I guess the subway station in 3 before I even moved on to like
yeah.
the very next section where the first
Yeah.
boss fight is. So I mean, it's good. I liked it a lot. I'm glad I played it, and I'm glad I'm happy for more Resident Evil this year. Playing a lot of Resident Evil this year, apparently.
I'm looking really forward to Resident Evil 8.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait. I actually just bought Resident Evil 0.
Okay. So I haven't played Zero or Code Veronica at all then.
Zero Code Veronica is probably one of my favorite Resident Evil games.
Okay.
And as soon as I see it's on sale, I'm probably going to buy that too. Because my plan is, moving up to the release of Resident Evil 8, I want to go through each one.
Is Zero's the one about the original
Rebecca
team
Chambers
that went over that there?
Yeah,
the
that's
mansion?
Rebecca Chambers, and I can't remember the other one's name. On the train
Some dude.
between the mansion and the city.
Yeah. And Code Veronica is about a different Veronica virus.
Yes. So theoretically, yes, the
There's
actual
the Veronica virus, the T virus, the G virus, Las Plagas.
Las Plagas, yeah. Whatever 8 is and whatever
Sure, whatever bioweapon fucking Evelyn is.
what do they call that? There was a name for it. 'cause
I don't remember.
It's
Should
in
we
the
just play
note.
7 tonight? Should we?
I can play 7 tonight.
7 tonight. Fuck it.
I
More
can play 7
Resident
tonight. Fuck it.
Evil.
But yeah, I plan to go from Resident Evil 1 remaster and play them through up to Resident Evil 8. I'm hoping if I time it out right, I can get through 0 all the way through 2, 3, 5.
Come on, man! Don't play 5 and not play 4. 4 is a generational game. That 4 is an incredible game.
I do own 4, so I could play it. I could play it on 360 or Xbox One, whatever the fuck that.
What I
thing
love
is up
about
there.
4 is like when it first came out on GameCube and then did the HD release on PS2. All these other HD releases are HD releases. It's just the same game from PS2.
Yeah.
Like didn't do anything to it.
No.
But they're like, oh, you still love it, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, we fucking do.
So I'll play 0, 1, 2, and when I play 2, I'm going to play the remake, not the original one.
Okay. Well, the
Any
remake's
of
the way
them,
to
I'm
play.
going to play the most recent versions of all these games. So I'll play 0, the PS3 release of it, or the PS4 release of it. Resident Evil 1 remaster, Resident Evil 2 remake, Resident Evil 3 remake, Resident Evil 4 HD on the Xbox One, because that's the most recent version, I think. Then I'll play Resident Evil 5. Maybe. That game's hard by yourself.
I wouldn't care if you didn't play 5 or 6.
I like 5 because I'm not playing 6. I've never played 6. I will refuse to play 6 because 6, I'm pretty sure, is not canon at this point.
I mean, it's canon,
It's not canon.
but like there's 4 different stories going on at the same time, and I think there's like 11 protagonists in that game.
It's a mess.
Yeah.
It's a mess. I plan to play through 5, skip 6, play 7, because I need to do a Madhouse run. But I don't want to do the Madhouse run and upset myself trying to finish it before 8 comes out. Because I'm playing 8 the day it comes out.
Same.
That's my goal.
Dennis, go ahead and buy 7 if you haven't already played.
Dude.
I don't know.
Buy 7, buy the DLC for it. Trust me, it's one of the best Resident Evil experiences you will ever have.
Are you saying it's $10 right now on PSN with all the DLC?
Yeah, the gold
Buy
edition.
it.
The gold edition is $10 on sale. If I didn't already own it, I would have bought it.
Well, I'm going to play it again when hopefully the next gen update comes out before 8 does, because I want to play it again before I play 8.
I wouldn't count on it.
Neither would I, but you never know.
But if it does, that's what I'll play.
Hell yeah.
Because I think it's a free upgrade for owners of the
I think
current
so
version, right?
too. If not, I'll just change my pre-order and just buy the package because it's like $10 more to get 8 plus 7 and all the
I can't
DLC.
change my pre-order. It's already paid for.
Damn. I bought the deluxe edition on Amazon.
I bought the deluxe edition on the PlayStation Store because I had money for it.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
And then I looked at the Chris statue. I was like, I'm so glad I chose not to buy that because it's not a good statue.
Well, the statue they did for 2 and 3, the remakes,
Awesome.
awesome.
Statues.
The Chris statue
It's so bad.
looks like it's not done.
It's so bad. And I think it's because it's so monotone.
I think it's because it's Chris. Now,
You really don't like
I don't
Chris.
like Chris Redfield.
Chris Redfield is the whole reason this franchise exists.
There's a lot of reasons this whole franchise exists. You want to go back and talk about Resident Evil lore? Because it's a lot.
It's a lot. But Chris Redfield was the first playable character.
Sure, but you're not like counting Wesker, who's got like prequels to all this shit. That
Wesker sucks.
Wesker does suck.
Wesker's
I
a
know.
douche.
Wesker sucks. I'm sad he was in fucking Marvel vs.
Wesker is
Capcom.
the guy that wants to be Neo but can't because he's stupid.
Stupid Wesker. The problem is with all these other games, 7, cool. I don't care about Ethan that much.
Ethan Winters, I mean,
He's
if he was a silent protagonist, I think it would have been a lot better.
yeah, but like
Like, just let me draw my own conclusions about this.
I think that also the other connection is like I don't have any connection to this person. I've never seen this person.
Right.
Just eyes. I mean, there's mods for 7 where you can do it as
Third person and see.
you can also. There's also a new one where you can do it like the cameras in 1 so when you enter a room, you know, whatever the camera is called.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called.
Locked perspective.
Sure. But then like in 8, I'm like, oh, now I have to play as Ethan, who whatever, and I have to play with Chris. I'm like, fuck. Where's all the other good characters?
Jill's okay after 3.
They're all alive.
No, not true.
Who's not alive?
Hunk is most definitely dead.
Who's Hunk?
From 1. See, if you played through 1, you'd know these things.
I'm talking about the characters, as in Leon, Claire, Jill.
Hunk is a playable character.
I don't give a shit about that. Was that
Barry,
was that a name
Barry
I just
is
said?
also dead.
Was that a name I just said?
Barry's dead.
I know Barry's dead. I've played those
Tofu's
games.
dead.
I didn't play that stuff.
Tofu's actually just a stick of tofu. I know. It's a joke
I
character.
remember the DLC for 2.
Let's see. Is Rebecca Chambers dead? Rebecca Chambers might be dead too.
Again, not one of the characters you said. Like,
But still a character from the Resident Evil lore.
Yeah, Dennis is pointing out you get the Chris jacket for $1,800 in that collector's edition.
Yeah, okay. Fuck that noise.
You can dress just like him. You can dress like someone you don't
I
like.
don't want to dress
But
like
again,
Chris. I'm not.
I'm hoping in 8. Again, I don't know what the fuck is going on with 8. don't know.
I have a theory about 8. I'm pretty sure Quiz. I'm pretty sure Quiz is a werewolf. Chris is a werewolf, and that's why he's bringing Ethan in because Ethan stopped the bioweapon originally.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's like forcing Ethan's hand to get involved in this, and
So
that's why he
are-
just offs Mia.
Here's the thing.
I'm pretty sure that's Mia he shoots.
The end of 7, that Chris doesn't look like the Chris that's in this game. It's been 3 years, I know.
There's a lot of people that think this is alt reality too.
I just think it's a different. I just think it's an imposter. Because remember, at the end of
7.
he's with a new umbrella. He's with Blue Umbrella now
Yeah.
instead of whatever. I mean, Umbrella's dead. First
Well,
Umbrella.
original Umbrella Corps is dissolved.
Right. So
like
he's-
they don't exist.
He started Blue Umbrella. His
which
whole
is supposed to be good Umbrella.
right, but his MO is now hunting down the rest of the bioweapons that are out there.
Yeah.
which was Evelyn.
Evelyn, whatever's happening in this game, whatever happened in 5.
Do you think in this one the bioweapon is werewolf or Chris.
I think
Is Chris the bioweapon in this game?
I think I don't. So this one's one of those ones where we don't know enough yet, right?
Yeah.
I think this is one of those ones where it gets a little off the rocker a bit because clearly there's some weird shit going on at that castle with the witches.
Yeah, I like that we're back at a mansion.
You can't have a Resident Evil game without a mansion. It's just, it's like, don't do it. It's not going to be a good game. Not going to be a good game. But the witches are definitely supernatural to some nature. Like I don't think they're a
Well, yeah, they fucking fly around as
I don't
flies.
think they're a bioweapon per se. The werewolves I completely think are a bioweapon. But they're too werewolfy to be like true bioweapon.
Yeah, like what is this virus? Like what is this thing?
Like at least with the Las Plagas virus, you understood what was going on.
Yeah, it also kind of made sense.
It was a
in
bioweapon.
universe.
Yeah. It fit the previous bioweapons MO.
They had snake heads.
They all had snake heads or centipedes or whatever the fuck they were. And then even the ones in 7, the bioweapons, the gooples, as we call them.
Yeah, they look like all those other
face
motherfuckers.
flickers, and they had that same general build and aesthetic to them. This game takes it in a completely different direction.
Right, so now
You got
we have
8 foot tall, thick bitches.
Hell yeah. Smother me.
There's already a ton of Rule 34 out there.
I'm sure.
Like there's cosplays coming out for the maiden witches.
Okay, I mean, yeah, that's just a fucking vampire outfit from Spirit Halloween.
It's a black dress with red blood all over your face. That's
Done.
very low cut.
Done.
Very low cut. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
So yeah, so right now we have possible vampires. Well, the one, I mean, those
Vampires and werewolves.
Yeah.
They're definitely vampires and werewolves.
There's
Like it's clear. Freddy Krueger. That's also a possibility.
Well, sure. I mean, it's a big lady. We have those dudes under the dungeon that have swords.
Yeah, nobody knows what those. I think those are like drained, like victims that were drained of their blood.
I feel like a Dark Souls game.
Well, no, like because I remember reading the notes. Right,
know this
the Johnny Bravo meme's great. I'll show it to you.
Okay,
the Johnny
I don't know
Bravo
what this
meme
is.
is great. Reading the notes, it says the blood, the wine is made from the blood of virgins,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It doesn't necessarily say that every. So the one they're talking about is the maiden's virgin blood.
Mhm.
Is the one you're talking about. That doesn't necessarily mean that there's not other ones made from just regular blood of people.
Sure.
So I think that those guys with the swords in the dungeon and the axes in the dungeon, I think those are drained vampire victims that have like come back to life and they're just barely alive enough to fight for them.
Okay.
You follow me?
Yeah.
Because you know how like vampires, you have to drain so much to turn a victim?
Yeah.
I think that's this case.
Okay.
This is the remnants of the shell of a man
It's
that
just,
used to
it
be.
seems
It's convoluted.
The more we talk about it, it seems less Resident Evil by the
and more
minute.
Metal Gear Solid.
Sure.
It's getting to be as confusing as Metal Gear Solid.
It's a Van Helsing game at this point.
Pretty much. That 9-foot fucking werewolf with an axe.
Yeah,
That
but
big
also,
motherfucker.
but it's also like that person, and then like there's other like little minions that were following around with that werewolf. So you have like a big
Yeah,
like,
and then
weird-
you got the not Kenny Loggins, the fucking dude with the hat and the glasses.
yeah.
that comes
I know
in.
who that is.
Let's see what you're made of, Mr. Winters. Or
I
whatever.
think that's a person we already know, but I don't know who it could be. Like
I
think
don't
it's
know
a-
who it is.
Well, yeah.
I don't recognize it.
I think that's the whole idea. I think it's someone undercover. I think it's a character that's been in this universe before.
You think
but
it's
is,
established?
yeah, but is like hiding out to do
Okay.
like reconnaissance on this play also.
Okay, I can see that. Might be somebody from 6 that we just don't know
And we won't know.
ever.
So when that happens, people are like, no, this is where this character, like I can see the article. Oh, that character that you just found out about? Yeah, he was in this game that you didn't play.
Yeah,
And that no
pretty
one
much.
played.
That nobody played because that game is trash. Anyway, now that we've spent 35 minutes
Sorry
talking
for all the
about,
Resident Evil spoilers.
yeah, right.
But whatever.
What else you been playing, Gage? Because we kind
I
of just derailed that conversation real quick.
I want to say that's it. I haven't been playing much else, I don't think. Yeah. Nope, that's it. Just been I've been just working a lot too, so I haven't had a lot of time to do game stuff in the evenings, which has been a damn shame.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Yeah. So that's where we are with that. So I guess the next part of we have to pull up our fantasy league thing. Are you pulling up the meme?
I'm pulling up the meme real quick.
We're going to do a quick update on our fantasy game league. Video game fantasy league. Where one game has come out. Two games are coming out this week for 9, and we're going to talk about those.
Yeah.
And then we're going to look at our pickups that we've made.
Fuck, I can't find it. Dennis, send it to me.
Yeah, we'll
so I could show Gage, because it's one of the better memes that came out of Resident Evil 8. All right, so you want the fantasy... Oh, here, I got it. Do we want to put it on the screen for them, or do we just want to see it for ourselves?
We can put it on the screen for them.
Okay.
It's probably more... The YouTube kids will like it. The 6 of them that they are, whatever it is.
Fantasy. What the fuck is this thing called?
Fantasy Critic. Yeah, there it is. Just there. Just go to the homepage. Boom. Oh, right, podcast. You just click there.
Okay. I didn't see it. I was looking up here for it.
You got it. Okay. And we'll switch. Boom.
Boom to that. All right, so current standings and current projected points.
Stop the count.
Shut up.
5-1.
Shut up. All right, so first points have been awarded to Senor Gage.
Strikes first.
And that was for his pick with Hitman 3. Scoring, it's been fluctuating a little bit. Some days he's got 16 points. Some days he's got 17 points. But it seems to have leveled out now to 16.
I think 16 is going to be the final.
I think 16 is going to be the final. So basically, these points are fluctuating here because the Open Critic scores are still coming in. Mm-hmm. And it's only based off of the Open Critic website reviews, not user reviews.
Right.
So as more websites submit their reviews to Open Critic, this average gets changed. But it hasn't fluctuated higher than 17 that I've noticed. So Gage is in the lead right now with 16.22 points. We both have $85 left in our budget.
Yep.
Gage scored the first week. I scored the second week.
Scored what?
Our drops.
Yeah, okay, yeah. We made our bids.
Our bids. Yeah, sorry, not drops, bids. So Gage has 1 slot left on his team. I have 2. But I'm very particularly proud that I snagged.
I don't know why you would even... Why? I don't know.
Why did you grab... not Call of Duty.
Yeah, go ahead. Why would I get Call of Duty?
Why did you grab God of War and Elden Ring? Neither one of those games are coming out this year.
I didn't pay for them.
Yeah. That's a fucked up thing, too. So Gage, I see Gage has got all this shit, right?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, all right, cool. He put his bids in. He left 1 slot open. He's going to strategically play something. We're probably both going to make that move at the same time when we see something is announced or gets a release date. We don't know what it is yet. We have a couple of ideas we're both tossing around in our heads. I left 2 slots open because I know I'm going to get fucked at some point.
The thing is, we can drop games too. You're not tied to those games.
Right, you're not tied to anything until after it's come out. If your score is reviewed, you're locked in.
Mm-hmm.
Don't drop it. End of story. So Gage is currently in the lead with 16 points, projected 187.78.
Yep.
I am at 0 at the moment, with current projected scores of 178.97. So there's a spread of 9 points right there. I like that number.
Okay.
So my first game,
you have 2 games.
It's a DLC, Dead Cells Fatal Falls. Comes out this week, tomorrow, actually.
Yep.
And then the Medium launches on Friday, which the reviews drop, launches on Thursday. Reviews drop on Wednesday. So I got 2 games back to back.
How do you feel about the Medium? How do you think that's going to do this week?
So I did a little bit of research.
Okay.
There's nobody talking about this game right now in terms of like review sites.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, the embargo's got to be.
The embargo's not up yet. I feel pretty good about it. I don't think it's going to score me a lot of points.
Okay.
I'm looking probably around 9-10 points for this one. I think it's going to score high 70s, low 80s. All right.
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
I'm in another league where no one drafted the Medium.
Really?
I picked it up for $1.
I picked it up for $1.
But I'm thinking about dropping it because I'm afraid of all the other shit that Blooper's done recently.
So, and the reason I picked this up is because Microsoft is backing this game. So there's more money being thrown at this game. I'm hoping that this kind of bumps it back up to the quality of Layers of Fear.
Mm-hmm.
The first Layers of Fear, not that second garbage.
Garbage.
Or that Awful ass game, Blair Witch.
Awful.
God, game was bad.
Terrible.
Made me so mad because that trailer for it
Put me to sleep.
was fantastic.
But yeah, the trailer was good.
Trailer was the best part about that game.
And sometimes that's how it goes.
That's how it goes.
It's a lot of times how it goes.
And then next week, in a couple weeks, Little Nightmares 2 comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have Goblins Resurrection,
I
which I picked up.
Your Ghost and Goblins Resurrection pickup.
Might be a sleeper.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, because I thought there was some early press on that where people were like, "No, it's not good."
I picked it up for $1.
Hey, dollar
Like,
games, and you can.
I can drop it if I start seeing like bad things come out about it.
Do you want to do that? If you go up here to League History.
Yeah. So see League History. So this is where our draft stopped right here.
Yeah, the counter picks.
The counter pick stopped here. The last one was my pick right here.
Right.
All right. So here's where the bullshit starts.
Go ahead.
Gage gets his first 9 pickups because we have 10 pickups that we can do to get a total of what 26
games.
26 games.
Yeah.
So Gage,
I guess I went back.
$2 on God of War.
These, yeah.
No big deal. $2 on God of War. No big deal.
Also Halo.
Bid $2 on Ragnarok or Breath of the Wild 2. Mm-hmm. Definitely not coming out this year.
Not coming out this year. But if it does,
Halo 2 bid $2. Elden Ring bid $2, and I'm pretty sure he did that one just to steal it from me. I'm pretty sure he did that one just to steal it from me.
Yeah.
And because FromSoft didn't release anything last year, so it's a high potential that this game comes out this year.
Do you think it comes out this year?
It's got higher potential.
I don't think it comes out this year.
I don't think it comes out this year.
But in case it does,
but it has potential.
I want those 95 points.
95 points.
Whatever it's going to be, 30.
And then look at all this bullshit. $0 for the next Motorsport game. $0 for the next Horizon game.
Our minimum bid's $0.
It would not let me hit the place bid, but it was grayed out. It was 100% grayed out. And if I tried to click on it, it says, please enter a bid of $1 or more. Mm-hmm. 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 Because I didn't go back and look until after I made all my bids. I was like, well, I see he spent $15. I can probably, finagle $15 out of this and try and keep us on par so we can both make huge bids for some dumb random game.
Big game is
whatever that big game is that comes out or gets announced, or Fallout 5's coming tomorrow, kind of bullshit. I'll dump all $85 on that.
Not before me, you won't.
Well, if it's a tie, nobody gets it and all the money is used. Remember that.
I hope you're ready to lose all the money.
You lost all your points on Saturday, bitch.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he gets all these games for $0, and I go and I try to bid $0, and the website on my phone app. Did you do it from your phone?
No.
Okay, maybe that's why it was giving me issues.
Maybe
because I tried to do it from my phone because I was at work and I didn't want to pull it up on the work computers. I don't think it will let me pull it up on the work computers, and it literally told me, "Fuck you, bid $1."
Now I'm gonna. It's something I just realized where I think I might have a strategic advantage over you anyway.
So the only thing I spent significant money on was Hellblade 2, and that's only because I have a slight inkling that it might make it out by the end of the year. I doubt it, but it's not completely impossible.
Here's the advantage I have on you, and I don't know where this is coming from.
You have all these $0 bids that you just drop.
My waiver claims look like they come in a minute before your waiver claims go through. So if we both pick up something on a Saturday and mine going at 5:59 and you're going at 8 o'clock and I've already got the game that you're trying to pick up, you're fucked.
You know what we can do?
I don't know how that's supposed to work. I'm sure it actually fixes itself, but whatever.
You know what we can try?
What's that?
We could try doing
to see if it did
a same bid, a $0 bid on something just random and stupid, because we could always drop it the next week and not care. Just bid $0 on both of it at the same time,
just to see
what happens.
We can do that. But yeah, I want to point out. So, Halo Infinite, I think, is coming out this year. God of War is not coming out this year. Zelda's not coming out this year. Elden Ring's not coming out this year.
Forza, one of these is going to get a release this year.
Maybe the Motorsport, Horizon 5. I don't know, because Playground's working on
Playground's working on that RPG thing.
Fable.
Right? Is that Fable?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't.
So if out of those I only get Motorsport and Halo, cool. But if I get lucky and one of those other 4 games comes out, I'm sitting pretty. Pokemon Snap.
If that game reviews well,
if it reviews well,
I don't think it's going to review well.
I'm afraid of it.
The last game did not review well.
I'm afraid of it, but It's fucking Pokemon. There's potential.
Well, the original Pokemon Snap did not review well.
Different time. Also, that game's like
Same
2 hours
concept.
long.
Same concept.
The Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes should be getting announced next month.
You think? Because they just had a treehouse and they didn't talk a thing about it.
It's the 25th anniversary of Pokemon this year.
25th anniversary of Resident Evil this year, too.
Get ready for a lot of announcements. You picked up Psychonauts 2. You weren't sold on that game.
No. But it's an easy dollar.
Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Rainbow Six Quarantine's fine. This is all you.
This is
Diablo
all me.
4.
Diablo 4
is not coming out this year.
No.
I think you should probably just go ahead and drop that now.
Not until you drop all your bullshit.
You didn't just see all this shit with Blizzard?
No.
So Vicarious Visions, who made Tony Hawk and all them,
Yeah.
they absorbed them.
Oh, really?
So Vicarious
Blizzard?
Vicarious Visions is part of Blizzard now. So
They absorb
Blizzard
Vicarious
absorbed,
Vision.
yeah. So Vicarious Visions is now working on the Diablo 2 remake, and which is also being overseen by the people who were working on Diablo 4. So Diablo 4 is now
Way
probably
out there.
pushed back.
I mean, Diablo 3 took like 12 years to come
Right.
out.
Diablo 2 remake, probably like a next year title. But I wonder if I should go put money in on it now.
Maybe that could be our dummy game.
Next gen Battlefield, I don't know about that. Whatever, it depends on what they want to do with it.
I don't
Ghosts and
know what
Goblins, I don't think it's going to review well.
It's $1. If I start seeing bad stuff about it, I can drop it.
And Hellblade, I'm not mad that you have it because I don't think it's coming out this year. But
We'll see.
I'd like to be wrong.
We'll see.
If it comes out this year, I'd like to have it. But I don't want you to have those points. So kind of out of
I know.
principle, I would like it to come out in January.
Just to...
Just January is fine. I can wait
You
till
know what's funny, though? If it gets announced for January, I'm not dropping it until the very end of the year.
Okay.
Because, one, it won't hurt my points if I don't drop it until the end of the year.
But what if you need points? What if you're running behind?
But, two, it's also been proven that games get pushed up. You know?
Not that often.
Not often, but it does happen. It does happen. Not often. So I will hold on to it until the very last week.
Okay. Sure. You do your thing.
I will.
And then like the last week, you're like, shit, I need to make up 12 points. Where's a mobile game
Nah,
coming
at
out?
that point, I'm just like, fuck it, I've defeated.
Yeah.
Like, I'll throw the towel in. I know when I'm defeated, and I'm not afraid of it.
I've
been defeated many a
I will
time.
fight you tooth and nail until 11:59, December 31st, 2021.
Because you're that guy.
Yeah, I will win.
You think you're going to win.
I feel like I made some good pickups that first week.
Yeah, because you got first round picks.
Well, I mean, it's just my pickup game.
You're pick. Oh, geez.
I also paid $0 for some of these games.
Yeah, which is bullshit.
Try and pick up a game right now for $0.
It might do it on here.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
I
Yeah, what about it later? Cool.
ain't worried about that right now. All right, so that's that.
Yeah.
That's where we're at on Fantasy Game Draft. Moving on to our next topic.
That's fine. Yeah, Audacity.
I'm trying to get back to this. I can't remember what the shortcut is. Control Alt O.
Boom.
Alto. All right, so next topic is best sequels in video games.
It's a special day, 9.
Why is it a special day, Gage?
Couple reasons. Last night, I watched Terminator Dark Fate.
Oh, God, the new one?
So you say, oh, God. It's not bad.
That's not what I heard.
No, it's not bad.
That's not what I
It
heard.
even reviewed kind of well. It's got a 70 on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's not what I heard. I've heard that movie was garbo.
There are some poo-poo moments.
There's a lot of poo-poo moments
There
in
are,
the
there are
Terminator
some
series.
poo-poo. Oh, yeah, a whole
Let's
franchise.
take Genesis and Salvation, for instance.
I'm going to go back and watch this now.
Oh,
Just
God.
because I want to see how... I haven't seen
I
them.
need to watch Genesis. I've seen Salvation. It's bad.
So I watched Dark
It's
Fate.
so bad.
Dark Fate, totally fine. Totally passable.
How'd you watch it?
It's on Amazon Prime.
For free?
For free. It's part of your Prime subscription.
Guess I'm watching that tomorrow night.
Yep. And Salvation is on HBO and Genesis is on Hulu. So I have access to
I've
all
already
that.
seen Genesis.
Okay.
Or no, I've seen. I got to remember which one's which. I think Salvation's the one where the guy doesn't know that he is a thing.
Christian Bale? I don't know.
I'll pull it up and look. I've seen one of those two, and I can't remember which one it is.
Gotcha.
I'm pretty sure
Christian
it was
Bale is-
Salvation.
John Connor in Salvation. And I haven't
can't
seen
remember.
3. I don't know. I
3 is a train wreck.
kind of want to just see the coffin scene.
The coffin scene's the best part. I actually have the figure for that.
Yeah, that's
It's dope. And you open it up, it's got all the guns inside.
of course.
It's fucking cool.
So after I watched Dark Fate, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I went back and watched Terminator 2.
Oh, that movie's great.
Terminator 2 is one of my favorites. Love it.
Terminator 2 is fantastic.
After I watched Terminator 2, you know what I watched? The Terminator 2 3D theater events from
that-
Universal Studios.
That's awful.
It's not bad,
It's awful.
but it's not good. I bet it's better than Terminator 3.
Well, considering the year it came out,
Yeah, like
It's good.
it came out in 97, but
Yeah.
the video I watched was recorded from the last showing it had in 2017. So like
It's
everything's
dated.
outdated. as
it's
fuck.
everything. The video quality from the recording device is better than the video quality of the screen
Yeah.
device.
So like throughout the years on that, I guess, attraction, they kept updating like was Cybernet.
Cybernet logos. Yeah.
Yeah. And they kept like updating the things. People were on iPads and stuff doing like the whole
Yeah.
like, this is your future.
Yeah.
And then when Sarah Connor and John Connor interrupt, everything in the background of that video is from 1997
Yeah.
because you're not going to replace
'Cause it's-
Linda Hamilton.
it's Linda Hamilton and,
whatever his face, Eddie Furlong.
Yeah, Eddie Furlong. Thank you.
And then like the effects of the future scenes when they actually get into it and Arnold's there and everything, I'm like, probably
This is
should have
bad.
shut this down a lot sooner.
Yeah.
But it's not terrible.
But it was a popular ride.
Yeah,
That's why it lasted so long.
I saw it when I was a kid.
I saw it several times when I lived in Florida.
I feel like I saw it in like 2004. So like 7 years after the fact.
It was one of my favorite experiences
Yeah.
at Universal.
I like those.
Like, it's fucking cool.
Yeah. It's got real actors in there and everything.
Yeah.
But now it's shut down and replaced by Minions. Anyway,
Yeah, which nobody cares about.
secondly, today is the 10th anniversary of Dead Space 2.
Oh. That's one of my favorite sequels.
Interesting.
That's actually on my list of things to talk about today, and I didn't realize that it's the 10th anniversary of that.
Interesting. The 10th anniversary of Dead Space 2. So that got me thinking. That and Terminator 2.
Terminator 2 is great.
And the
Probably
true
one of the best
sequel,
sequels ever.
Dark Fate. It is one of the best sequels ever. Although I think Terminator 1's reviewed better than Terminator 2.
Terminator 1 reviewed better only because it was more of a sci-fi horror movie.
Yeah.
Terminator
2's
2, they just went straight action.
Well, he had a bigger
and
budget.
they thought that people went into it thinking it was going to be like a horror movie like the first one,
Yeah.
and it wasn't.
Right.
So that's why it reviewed. I mean, you got different people reviewing it at that
To be
point.
fair, one's got like a 97, one's got a 93.
yeah,
So, I mean,
but 2 is a better movie.
I like 2 better.
I like 2 better.
I just, because I like, well, it's got a bigger budget, it's got better effects. I like this better. I like the T1000. So
Yeah.
let's do that. And Dark Fate, not bad. I say watch it if you like Terminator, but it's not great. But it ain't bad. Totally
Is
watchable.
it better than the TV show?
Oh, the Sarah Connor Chronicles?
Yeah.
Never watched it.
That's a. Oh.
Train wreck. Who
That-
played Sarah Connor in that show?
Not Linda Hamilton.
Yeah, not Linda Hamilton.
Somebody. I don't remember. It was only one season long. So,
Dark Fate, though, it starts with footage of 2, but like the first.
like actual footage of 2?
Yeah. The
Sweet.
the first scene they start with, as in like Dark Fate, is dope. Because
Really?
it's just unexpected. When I saw it, I was like, oh shit. All
right.
And then it's like literally the first like 5 minutes of the movie. But then the first action scene is awesome.
Yeah.
So I'd say watch it. Sequels.
Sequels.
9. What makes a good sequel? What do we, is this the Barney?
This is the name, yeah.
All right, so the top picture is the big lady. Second picture is the vampire lady. And then Johnny Bravo says, Mama warned me about women like you.
I was
Picture
hoping
4.
she was right.
Johnny says, I was hoping she was right. Classic Johnny.
Classic Johnny.
What makes a good sequel? What is it that says, all right, well, here's our first game. The second game comes out. How can they go right?
All right.
Because there's a lot of bad sequels out there.
There's a lot of bad sequels out there. You're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
So, good sequel. I'm just going to throw this one out there because I love this game. Borderlands 2 is an excellent sequel. It's probably one of my all-time favorite sequels.
Okay.
It's my favorite in the franchise. The DLC is great. Fixing mechanics that were bad in the first games
Okay.
is a core mechanic to making a better sequel, which I think most game developers know at this point.
Well, yeah. I mean, they would got to keep up
But
with the
doing
times.
it in a way where it still feels and plays like the original one that you loved is even better. So you fix the issues with it, but it still plays and feels like the original game. That's just so good. That's like a pizza from one place, but the same pizza from an even better place.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like you get the DiGiorno's out of the box, and then you go and get fresh made pizza from like your favorite pizza restaurant with the same toppings.
Okay.
It's that good. That's my comparison.
I think that's a bad analogy.
I
Because
don't care.
DiGiorno didn't make the second pizza.
No, but
But let's
anyway,
say they do make a second pizza. It's got stuffed crust.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's got that little bit of extra flair that
Right.
the original
So
just
their,
was
their
missing.
first pet got no stuffed crust, but their second pet.
And keeping what made the original game so much fun, because I've seen sequels where they just completely drop everything from the original game, rebuild it from the ground up, and it's a terrible game.
Void in chat's asking, what game are we talking about with pizza? We're not. We're making an analogy about
A
sequels.
bad analogy.
Video game sequels, and 9 used a bad analogy.
Gage
but
started
we
this whole
fixed
thing
it.
off with corn dogs, so now I got food on the brain.
Said good corn dog, the first corn dog. Anyway, so the developer, they have a hit first game,
Yeah.
and they want to make it better, but there's so many ways that can go wrong.
Oh, that's a dangerous thing to say, Void.
Corn dogs are nasty, he says. How much stick did he bite?
All of it, apparently.
That you won't get that joke.
Go back and watch the VOD, then you'll get the joke.
So like my two top favorite games of all time
Our sequel.
are sequels,
Arkham City
and BioShock Infinite,
and Bioshock Infinite.
which is I guess sequel to 1, but it's the
It's still a
third game.
sequel. It's a
Yeah.
sequel to a series.
Yeah, which comes into like when we talk Resident Evil, like, well, where do we stop counting the sequels and start counting them as like just this whole big entity?
I only consider
franchise.
numbered versions sequels to each other. The ones that are outside of that are named, like Resident Evil 7 Biohazard.
but BioShock Infinite, and it's not the little whoop-de sign.
I guess that's true. Yeah, because Bioshock 2, not a good sequel.
It is. It's
Not a
here's the
good
thing.
sequel.
It's a good video game, but it's not better than 1.
Right,
And we're looking for ones that are better than the first one.
right. Still not a good game.
You're making so many dumbass comments today.
That's your opinion. I'm entitled to not like that game.
The COD games can be sequels.
There are some
Black
that are
Ops
sequels.
1, 2, 3, 4, obviously.
Modern Warfare 1, 2, 3.
Those, but not like the yearly. They're like
They're
Modern
not
Warfare
annual
and Black
sequels
Ops are
to
not.
the previous version.
Right, yeah.
They're they're biannual sequels to.
Yeah, the fucked up part is they made World War II without making World War One.
Oh no, they made World War One. What's funny is they've made now 2 World War II based Call of Duty games.
Only 2?
Yeah, Call of Duty War at War.
What about Call of Duty 2, the big red one?
I forget those games exist.
Yeah, everyone does. Everyone thinks they just started with Modern Warfare.
No, they started. I guess they did start with World War II.
2 and 3 are awesome games.
Oh yeah,
They're great.
they're fantastic. Anyway, we're off topic here.
2 is a great sequel. Call of Duty 2.
Call of Duty 2 is a great game.
Yeah, I love
Great
the big
game.
red one.
Big Red One's what it was called on consoles.
Yeah, when it
PC.
like when
the
I
PC
had it on,
was just Call of Duty 2.
when I had it on Xbox.
Yeah, yeah.
Or 360. But
So anyway, you were saying about sequels. And where do we draw the line of, is it canonical sequel or is it just in the same vein of those games?
right, I think.
So for me, like, so take the Resident Evil franchise
Go
because
ahead.
it's got a lot of branching different games, right? They expect you to think that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are all canonical sequels, right?
Yeah, they happen.
Some of those games take place on top of each other,
Yeah, and they happen in universe.
and they happen in the same universe. But Resident Evil 7 really doesn't have anything to do with the previous games,
Other than major characters
other than one major character,
and Umbrella.
kind of.
That's Umbrella's in the game.
Kind of. At this point, it's just
You collect herbs.
You just expect it to be Umbrella at this point. You know what I mean?
Sounds good. bud.
And then Resident Evil 8 Village. I mean, they literally have gotten away from the numbering system and are hiding the numbers inside the name.
Yeah,
so
they did
Resident
that with
Evil
7 too,
Biohazard.
but it was 7.
Right. It was Resident Evil Biohazard.
Yeah.
Is what the actual title of the game is.
Right.
You can look it up as Resident Evil 7 because they did hide the Roman
sevens
numerals
in
in
there.
there for it. And Resident Evil Village is literally called Resident Evil Village. They're not even calling it Resident Evil 8. They've hidden the 8 in the village. Gotta find it. But this game is a complete deviation from even Resident Evil 7.
Mm-hmm.
So is it still a sequel? technically, yes.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Is it an entirely different game at this point? Probably. Because 7
yeah.
took the franchise in a complete new direction with the first-person view and the new inventory system and everything. What they did with 7 is fantastic.
Sure.
Some of the purists hated it.
Whatever.
A lot of people really loved it.
a great
I
game.
loved it.
It's a great game.
It brought it back to what made survival horror games of the 90s. Brought it back to like the 2000s.
Sure.
Because Resident Evil was quickly getting away from that.
Well, yeah. They
And even with 8, they're like, yeah, we've upped the ante on action, and this is more of an action horror game now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's cool, but if I'm not scared, I'm going to be real pissed off.
Well, yeah. Well, now they've introduced enemies that you can't necessarily kill. Just
Right.
slow down. Well, I guess that's not. They haven't introduced those, but they've taken a more outlast approach. Like it's better
Yeah.
to run and hide instead of just like, oh, well, I can just
Fight for
dodge
everything.
around you and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
doing 3 and 2. Like the Final Fantasy games.
So Final Fantasy games
have
are not
and stuff.
sequels. They
Sure.
share some things. I would not use those as a sequel for this, what we're discussing tonight. Like they would not be in that
Yeah,
vein,
'cause it's not like-
that category
It's
for
not
me.
like I played 1 and then 2 is same.
There are a
characters, I
couple
guess,
that have some connections to each other,
but, yeah,
but they're very few and far between.
but that's just in. I mean,
and usually you're just getting names of people
Mhm.
that swap over to other games, like Sid and what's the other one? Wedge and Biggs.
Sure.
They're characters in other games.
Yeah, but unless you're talking how well, I mean, you can talk 10, 10, 2 if you want, right?
That's really the only sequels.
13.
So I don't really consider 13 to be sequels. It's just one giant game. You know what I mean? Because it was originally intended to be broken up into 3 parts.
What's 3 games?
It is 3 games, but it was supposed to be Final Fantasy 13,
Uh-huh.
Final Fantasy Versus 13,
Right.
and Final Fantasy Agito 13.
Yeah.
Which Agito soon became Final Fantasy 15.
Okay. Well, no,
Versus,
I thought
no,
Versus is
Versus became 15. Agito got dropped entirely,
Uh-huh.
and then Final Fantasy 13 became 13 Lightning Returns and
I think
13-2.
it's just 13 too.
I think it's just 13-2.
But that is how it came out.
That is how it came out, but it was originally all supposed to be packaged together as one ornate.
So you don't count that as a sequel then?
In my opinion, for the way we're discussing tonight, no.
Interesting. I mean, I do just because.
I mean, and that's fine if you want to count it as yours. For me personally, I don't because it was supposed to originally be one giant game, and Versus was supposed to be something entirely different. Agito was supposed to be something entirely different.
Interesting.
But that's neither here nor there.
Sequels are tough.
Sequels are tough.
What are some sequels that stand out to you?
Dead Space 2.
Dead Space 2.
Dead Space 2 took everything about Dead Space 1 that I loved,
Mm-hmm.
polished it, and made it so much better, and then added all new weapons and a much larger environment. And I loved it. The new enemies, everything about Dead Space 2 is a perfect increase over Dead Space 1. Dead Space 2 is my favorite Dead Space.
Dead Space 2 is your favorite Dead Space?
Yeah,
Okay.
easily. Dead Space 3 was a step backwards.
It was. I had a lot of fun with it though.
Dead Space 3 is a lot of fun. Don't
I
get
had
me
a
wrong.
lot of fun with
Especially
it.
if you play co-op.
That's-
Co-op in that game is a
that's
ton of fun.
Why I had fun with it. I didn't have fun with it single player.
We should play that one night.
It's not local, right?
There might be.
Is there a local?
No,
I don't
there's
think-
not
I don't
local
think
because
there's
you had to
local.
buy that stupid online pass.
When they had online
When EA
passes.
had the
yeah.
online pass bullshit.
They weren't the only ones doing it.
No, but EA is the one that started it.
They did it the most, I guess.
And they did it the most.
Man, co-op in that game's fun. Dead Space 2, an excellent sequel. For all the same things, kept a lot of the same similar gameplay, made things, and just turned it up like, all right, well, let's just notch it up. Let's just make what was good and just keep it going.
Introduce some new enemies.
Huh.
Reintroduce some old enemies.
Make you stick an eye.
They planned the scares in that game so much better. I mean, Dead Space 2 was criticized because they killed somebody so brutally in less than a minute of the game starting. Like that game almost got bad review scores because of that first minute.
But
But that's a testament of to how good the actual game is.
sure. But that's kind of a I don't want to say trend setting because I feel like that's been a trope for a long time too.
It has become a trope
But
now.
people were kind of like, oh, I can't believe you did this to a thing. But now it's like, Well, a lot of things start that way, just to kind of people want like, what's the pull in? What's the shock factor right away? What's the thing?
And see, and for Dead Space 2, the way they did it, it just fit with the universe that is Dead Space.
Well, yeah, you don't expect after playing the first game, you're like, well, this one's not going to be.
If you thought
nicer.
that Dead Space 2 was going to be a walk in the park, you were seriously
I
mistaken.
hope they got rid of all this scary stuff.
No, the scary stuff's why I like it.
Void in chat says Mass Effect 2 and KOTOR 2. I haven't played Knights of the Old Republic 2, but I have played Mass Effect 2. And Mass
I have
Effect
played
2,
Knights of the Old.
Mass Effect 2 is an incredible sequel. Incredible, because Mass Effect 1, it's a good game. It's got a really squirrely shooting mechanic. The powers kind of suck in it, and it's kind of long and boring. Mass Effect 2 introduced, I think, a much more complex decision-making system, a story that is deeper than the first game, an awesome introduction from the first game if you wanted to remake your character.
Yeah.
Have you played it?
No, I've never played the Mass Effect series.
I
I take it back. I have started playing Mass Effect 1. You told me I should skip it.
Yeah,
I stopped
skip it.
playing it, and I have not played anything else.
2 starts off, and basically your character has blown up.
Cool.
But you get to, like, that's what reintroduces you into customizing a new looking character, or
Right.
you can import your old one. But, like, there you go. And
That's
it's
kinda
like,
cool.
yeah, your character blew up, but we get to put them back together. How do you want them to look?
Puzzle pieces. Woo.
But Mass Effect 2 makes all those things better. It has better, tighter gunplay, it has a better and deeper story. It also makes
Right.
characters a lot more interesting and meaningful within the story. It does the world exploration way better than the first one. So Mass Effect 2 is
It's improvements upon what made the first game great,
right. And that's what everyone strives to do.
but not everybody always
But it
does.
doesn't always happen. Can you remember a bad sequel you've played lately?
The pre-sequel. Borderlands,
Borderlands?
the pre-sequel. Man, that game is bad compared to 2. That game's bad compared to 1.
I haven't played that one.
It is... So when you play a first-person shooter on consoles, you expect the aim mechanics to work in a specific way, right?
Yes.
I have never played a game with such awful aiming mechanics than the pre-sequel.
Why do you think the aiming mechanics changed game to game? Like, what was the...
I think it's because they had the other team working on it. 2K Marin.
Oh, sure, and the other one was
2K
working
Marin
on,
did that one while the other ones were
Did
working on
3.
Borderlands 3 or something. No, the other team was working on what's that shit-ass game that came out at the same time Overwatch did?
Battleborn.
That's what A-Team was
Dummies.
working on. Void in chat says, I'd say game sequels are often better than the first, whereas most movie sequels are worse than the original. We discussed that at the beginning of the segment just before you got here. And there's reasons for that we're not going to go back over. But anyway, Borderlands pre-sequel, the aiming mechanics are so bad. And they tried to introduce this new moon mechanic where you could jump 300 feet in the air.
Yeah, because it's space, right?
It's on the moon. Like, it's on the Hyperion moon.
There you go.
It's so weird. And they tried to add another layer of complexity by putting oxygen tanks. So you have a limited amount of time that you could run around outside. It's so frustrating when everything's going on and you're trying to kill shit and your oxygen's like, hey, I'm going to die.
We're going away.
And you're like, I don't need this level of stress while I'm just trying to survive the bullet fray that's coming my way. Some of the weapons are a lot of fun. They had a lot of weapons repeat from Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 1, which is typical Borderlands fashion. They like to repeat community favorite guns, which is another thing that makes sequels great. Communities. Like, if you have good communities behind the sequels and they can participate in adding to the game, like the Borderlands 3 community is still very active, so much so that Borderlands Gearbox made a second season pass for Borderlands 3.
Yeah.
To add like 4 more things of content, which is just
pumping
cool.
shit out for it.
Yeah, keep doing it.
I'll throw out a game that I don't think is a bad game, but I don't think it's as good as the first one. So I think the sequel is a step back.
Right,
Doom Eternal.
I could agree with that.
Yeah, just because
Doom
it's like
2016 is
awesome.
so great. It's polished. It's smooth. It reinvigorates a franchise that has been gone for quite a while.
very stagnant.
And then Doom Eternal comes out and it looks great, plays great,
But I don't
but there's
think
just something missing.
it doesn't do enough to make it feel like it's better. And I think it's worse because of how much more platforming it is.
Yeah,
And it's like, this is
and I think that's
too
because they
much.
added the dash mechanic.
Yeah.
I think if they just built the game without adding the dash mechanic, and just leaving everything else that they did, I think that would have fixed a lot of the issues.
I'd have been fine with the dash mechanic if it still didn't have like the platforming sections. Like if the dash mechanic was more into the combat, like if dashing was also an attack kind of.
Dash like a spear or a dodge or
Like a shoulder
something like
block or
that, or
something,
shoulder
yeah.
block,
Just
shoulder
push
charge kind
enemies.
of thing. Yeah,
That would have been fine, but I think like the music's a step back, and of course there's the controversy of why Mick Gordon and all that had a falling out. I think the level design is fine, but I also think it's really limited because it has to be explorative because well we have 2 jumps and a dash now, so we have to make it like this. So I just think that it just doesn't work for me as much as the first game did.
The polish on the weapons is good. The added features of the secondary fires and on the upgrades that you can get for that was nice. And the central hub of the ship,
I like the central hub.
The Sentinel is such a cool fucking place.
Right.
Like it's just cool to just run around and look at all the shit that you can pick up.
Right.
You know?
I like when games have a museum of things I found in the game.
Yeah. And like they update and change as you find them. Like collecting the toys. Doom Guy's got a whole wall of toys that you can pick up and look at. And then the music posters all around the space station.
Yeah.
Just fucking cool.
It's cool.
Like that's cool. Do stuff like that. Get rid of stuff that doesn't work, like the dash mechanic.
Yeah. The cool things, don't make it a better game. Because the game suffers because of all the other new shit that was made.
And adding mechanics doesn't necessarily make a better game.
Right.
Which we just established with Doom Eternal and Borderlands pre-sequel.
So real quick, we probably don't need to do most anticipated, because I don't even know what a most anticipated sequel is for.
God of War Ragnarok.
God of War Ragnarok? Okay,
that's my most anticipated sequel right now.
Rapid fire, what are some of your most favorite sequels?
Most favorite sequels?
Yeah, I have a list here. Go.
Dead Space 2, Borderlands 2, Time Splitters 2 from back in the day.
Yeah, I remember Time Splitters.
There was a sequel. There was an unofficial sequel to the 1080p snowboarding game on Nintendo 64. It was called something else, but it was made by the same developers.
SSX.
That's what I was... SSX Tricky.
Okay.
Way better game than SSX.
Okay.
Great sequel. Forza Horizon 4.
Okay.
Forza Horizon 3.
Yeah, it's better than 2. Well, 2 is better than 1.
So Horizon has been one of those series that just gets better with every game.
Although I like 3 better than 4.
I could agree with that. The races in 3 were a lot better than the ones in 4.
And I like 2 better than 3.
I've yet to play all through 2.
Oh, 2's great.
I've started it. I'm about a third of the way through the campaign right now. Need for Speed Underground 2 is a better game than Need for Speed Underground.
That is true.
Need for Speed Most Wanted is a better game than Need for Speed Underground.
That is true.
Need for Speed Carbon is a step backwards. Carbon is so dumb easy. Carbon is like the easiest racing game you will ever play, even on the hardest settings. Metal Gear Solid 2.
That's close. I love Metal Gear Solid 1.
I love Metal Gear Solid 1. Metal Gear Solid 2, just I think just bringing it to the PS2 is what makes it so much better. It breathed a new life into an aging generation of that game, because that game that franchise started on Nintendo.
I know.
And it got one release after Metal Gear Solid 2 came out. Or I'm sorry, Metal Gear 2 came out. So Metal Gear 2, nothing for years. Metal Gear Solid comes out. Metal Gear Solid's amazing.
Yeah.
And then nothing comes out. PlayStation 2 launches. 2 years into the PlayStation lifespan, Metal Gear Solid 2.
I don't know if I think it's better, but I do agree. It's awesome.
It's a fantastic sequel. And that's my list of my gist of a list.
This is what I was able to write down during my free time.
I know
today.
Dark City or Arkham City and BioShock Infinite.
Yeah, they are on here. Dead Space 2 because
Dead Space 2, which I said already was one of my top favorite.
God of War 2. Could you say
like the original God of War 2?
The original God of War 2.
It's a great game.
Awesome. That game makes the first one way just like it's just
it's leaps and bounds above the first game.
And then God of War 2018, of course. Batman Arkham City, BioShock Infinite. The Last of Us Part 2.
Eat your words. Eat your fucking words.
The Last of Us Part 2 is an incredible sequel. Halo 2's on here.
Last of Us 2 is a good sequel.
Yeah.
I hate that I have to say that. I can't deny that game is good.
It makes everything in the gameplay wise better than the second game, at least.
It just eats me up that they didn't do it the way we have discussed it, because it would have been such a better executed game.
Street Fighter 2. You don't like Street Fighter 2?
I don't like Street Fighter. I don't like Street Fighter.
Well, then you got Tekken. You got dumb brain.
And Tekken 3 is the best Tekken.
You got dumb brain if you like Tekken.
Fuck you.
Super Mario 3.
Yes.
Better than both 2s.
Better than both
and 1. Mass Effect 2 we already talked about. The Uncharted.
They just get better with every one until you get to 4, and then it's crap.
4 is the best. You're
4
right.
is not the best.
Resident Evil 2 and 4. And
Okay,
7. Throw it in there. Fuck it.
2's great. 7 is a fantastic game. 5's fun, but it's a step backwards.
Portal 2.
So
Okay, here you go.
So-
say something weird.
no. So Portal 2 is a great game. It's a fantastic game. Don't get me wrong. The story in Portal 2 is leaps and bounds better than the story in Portal 1.
Well, yeah.
right.
The
There's
Portal 1
actual
story is an hour long.
there's an actual like story mechanic to the game, right?
Yeah.
Portal 2 as a game does not have as many viable solutions as Portal 1, which was what made Portal 1 so much fun.
I get it.
Because with Portal 2, your solutions are pretty straightforward. With Portal 1, you had several different ways that you could solve puzzles. And that's where the divide is among the community for that game.
Yeah.
But
also,
Portal 2 co-op, you just can't beat it.
that's the thing. So it's for me, it's Portal 2 also being a longer game. Portal 1 you can beat in 45 minutes.
Oh, speedrunners do it in like
Well,
8
sure, but if you're just a normal person.
minutes.
But Portal 2 having a longevity game, having great protagonists throughout
Oh, yeah.
and antagonists. Of course, like the lore of it all, Cave Johnson, all that bullshit. And of course,
Cave Johnson's my favorite, like,
Why not?
secondary character
and
ever.
then you have the multiplayer. I'm like, this is a perfect game. This is just
Yeah.
a fucking amazing.
Everything
fucking
about
game.
Portal is fantastic.
Portal 2, avoid like the player-made maps, which I haven't really played because I haven't played much on PC, which I need to do.
Fair.
He also says he likes Mortal Kombat better than Street Fighter, which is fine. Mortal Kombat 2 is a great game. Last ones I'll say Left 4 Dead 2 and Super Mario Galaxy 2. And then I wrote on the list Breath of the Wild. Because I don't know if that
Technically, Breath of the
counts.
Wild is a sequel to. It is the only confirmed official sequel to Ocarina of Time.
Right. So
Because Majora's Mask takes place during the same timeline.
does that go? That goes on the list then. That goes on.
I
a sequel
I
list.
will agree with that because it even says after you've been asleep for 100 years, which if
Yeah, you didn't sleep from Ocarina of Time though.
Yeah,
No, you haven't played Age of Calamity.
no, I haven't.
Right.
But is that really?
That's canon.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
It's motherfucker. You have to play.
Is it? Is it?
So anyway,
Well, Age of Calamity is supposed to take place after the events of Breath of the Wild.
no, it's before.
Is it before? I thought it was after.
It's before everyone dies.
Because I thought this was supposed to be a bridge between Breath of the Wild and Breath of the Wild 2.
Nope. It's before. Before Link falls asleep, before Zelda gets locked up, before all those 4 heroes die.
Yeah.
You know that they're releasing later this year, which I need to pick up. Dark Horse is doing a line of comics.
Yeah.
The Bridge, the God
Yeah.
of War lines.
Yeah. The Dark Horse comics for God of War, this is not the first time they've done that. They've done a God of War line before,
Okay.
and it's amazing.
Yeah, but this one does from 3 to 2018.
Yeah.
So that's like, I want to know what happened.
Yeah.
I want to know.
I wonder how they got there. I need to know. So that's where we're at. If you got your favorite sequels, drop them in there. We'll talk about them. We'll make fun of them. Tell you you're stupid. Gage will. I'll say nice things. I won't. I'm just as bad as he is.
So what are we going to do? We're doing Resident Evil 7 then, since we talked it up so much?
We can't. I got.
I think, didn't we install it one night and then we didn't play it because it took forever?
We'll find out.
I think it's installed on your PlayStation or your Xbox. Do you own it on
It's
Xbox?
not- I don't
PlayStation.
own it on Xbox. I have it on PC. But again, I don't think it's. I probably could have started it downloading on PC and just started a fresh PC save file.
Yeah, so everyone in chat, we're switching over to game.
Yeah, right now. That's Discord.
Gotta
That's not
stop
Discord.
That one.
Oh yeah, check out my cool Amygdala background.
The what?
It's Amygdala from Bloodborne.
Sure it is.
Oh, Dark Souls 3 is a better sequel.
Where are you sitting this Dark Souls 2 camp?
Don't talk to me about Dark Souls 2.
That's
Dark
all I ever
Souls-
see.
so-
either like the hot
so-
take on recent era
all right,
is
all right,
Dark
all right.
Souls 2 is amazing, or
All right, you know
hey,
what?
everyone we know,
you know what?
Dark
We're
Souls 2
going
is
to do
shit.
this real quick. Because as everybody knows, I'm a huge Dark Souls fan. My thing about Dark Souls 2 is, for me, it is a double-edged sword. Because I bought that game. I dumped dumb amounts of time into that game. God damn it. It fucked up. I dumped an absurd amount of time into that game. All right? We're talking like I played that game more than any other Dark Souls game that I currently own. I bought all the DLC for it. I bought the Scholar of the First Sin edition. I was in the process of getting the platinum on it for PlayStation 3. My PlayStation fucking dies.
Yeah.
After I just got it back from being fixed the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Completely fried. So I got jaded as fuck.
So that's why you don't like Dark Souls 2?
No.
Okay.
I don't like Dark Souls 2 because of the mechanics.
Okay, so it is the worst game in your opinion.
It is the worst mechanical Dark Souls game.
But didn't what's his name leave for Dark Souls 2 and then come back for 3?
So, kind of. Dark Souls 2 was created in the process of him taking over FromSoft.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
he was in that camp figuring all that out. He had his other team led by his other
what's his name? Miyazaki.
Hidetaka Miyazaki, the now CEO of FromSoft,
Right.
was in the process of taking over FromSoft, which is why he couldn't work on that game. Okay, I got plenty of controller life.
Right. Well, we need to end the podcast, so thanks for listening.
Yep, thanks for listening. Say goodnight to the kids, Gage.
Good night, kids.